Hi there everyone, my name is Toby and I am the food bank manager at FamilyWorks. I've been at FamilyWorks for about a year and a half now, and I had the great privilege of training under Mike Cox, the previous food bank manager here. It's been challenging, to say the least, to take this role on at the start of a pandemic, and we have had a real opportunity to pivot and ensure that we're working to meet the needs of our community in the best possible way. Prior to COVID-19, the food bank has always been this beautiful community space where folks are able to come in and socialize and gather. And for many people, it's a real check-in point. We've heard from a lot of folks that they don't have much contact outside of their homes. So it's been challenging for us to then ask folks to stay distant and move along without congregating, but we are really working to still be as friendly and welcoming to folks and have that opportunity to check in and ask how people are in a safe, socially distant way. Since the onset of COVID-19 in March, we abruptly moved everything to an outdoor distribution model. So participants will approach our table. We ask whether they would prefer groceries if they have cooking capacity or a no-cook bag. If you select groceries, then we pass over pre-packed bags of produce, dairy options, usually a choice between 3 different meat or protein options. And then we offer any items that folks would like from what we like to call our bodega rack, which has a random assortment of whatever fresh items we get in that day. You might find hummus or cut fruit. And this, since shifting to this model, we've been hearing from participants that they don't find the same quality or quantity from anyone else, and that's been really gratifying for us. So we've been through a lot of adaptations during this period, and I want to say that these have been really entirely participant-driven and led based on the feedback we received. We learned over time that it was really worth taking an extra 5 minutes or so with each person to make sure that their household was receiving exactly the items they needed. We've been hearing from a lot of folks that this is the first time they've ever had to use a food bank before, and that's been really hard for us to hear. It's also really highlighted the economic crisis as a result of COVID-19. In August, we served about 500 new households who had never come to us before. That's about 5 times the amount that we used to see before the pandemic. So it's pretty startling. We are doing about twice the number no-cook bags and home deliveries that we used to before. So as many people probably know, the food supply chain as a result of COVID has been completely disrupted. We have had to make a number of purchases to ensure that our no-cook bags as well as our kids' Power Pack programs stay filled. And a lot of these items are more expensive. It's also a bit more challenging to purchase in the quantities we need. But thank you to the huge number of supporters in the community. We've had a lot of food donations coming through the door and the funds to purchase whatever remaining items that I haven't been able to buy. Prior to COVID-19, my dream was to convert the food bank into a grocery store shopping model. And that is still the dream, but it's a ways off. So in the meantime, COVID has been this amazing opportunity to really prioritize our participant feedback and choice. And that means not only fresh produce and meat, but also expanding our culturally specific foods and groceries for folks that have specific dietary needs and preferences. On a final note, we just wanted to say thank you. We know that COVID-19 and its impact are far from over, but with your continued support, we are working to build a more resilient community.